Don't forget to subscribe, add your comments, and share your memories. If you have any old VHS tapes or even DVD to dispose, let me know. Drop me an email on seaeagle666@gmail.com.
Clubs. There's the Cronulla team, a pretty strong-looking side too, with plenty of pace. Docking, Coleman, Eddinghausen, McGaw, Davies, Speechley, Wilson, Nixon, Diamond, Staines, Sorensen. You'll be surprised to see Gavin Miller in the hooking job. He's not normally in the hooking position. And Wicks. The coach is, of course, Jack Gibson. Looking at the other side, and there's Canberra, Belcher, Fay, Meninga, Jackson, Corkery, Henjack, O'Sullivan, Lance, Gilbert, Regan, Bacco, Walters and Coyne. Don Furner, of course, in conjunction with Wayne Bennett. Meninga from about 19 metres out, almost in front, strikes it hard and true. It got away a bit to the left, but it's right out of the ground over the fence. So first blood to Cronulla in this first quarter. They lead by 2 points to 0. In and out Cronulla side. Wilson having trouble with the picking up of the ball. Graham Hughes, he was a hooker in this Cronulla side in some of the earlier matches.
And quite a tall man for a halfback. But I noticed as that last kick was put over the sideline by Meninga, in fact, they are pretty new balls that they're playing with.
Out to Sorensen, swings it wide, out to Speechley. A nice cut-out pass has gone to Diamond. Diamond gets his pass away out there to Glenn Coleman. Coleman is picked up in good cover defence, about 2 metres out. Sorensen trying to bulldoze. They pick him off nicely. He's only about 2 metres short. McGaw, the little kick through being put in nicely by Dan Staines. It's too strong over the dead ball line. Tap restart from the quarter. That's not a bad kick with little angle. Bacco. There's a good tackle come in from Wicks right around the thighs. Dropped him like a tack. Regan over the top came Nixon. Another good tackle. Cronulla tackling very well at the moment. Run around move there, worked by Walters. O'Sullivan at dummy half. Out to Henjack. Dummies. Goes back on the inside. The defence equal to that. They're just inside the quarter. O'Sullivan. Jackson, beautiful pass to Belcher. Belcher's got it away out there nicely to Matthew Corkery, and he's in a touch only about a metre short of the line. Beautiful pass there from Belcher, worth a look again. I think on the replay, the ball came into his hands and beautifully away under pressure. Corkery was just overwhelmed by the cover coming across. Gavin Miller was one of them. Referee Armand wants them to move it infield. They were inside the 10 yards. Cronulla's ball. Wilson a little scurry round the open side of the ruck. Speechley. Docking. McGaw spins out of a tackle. He's got pace, this fellow. Looking for Eddinghausen, who was trying to link with him. Moving it out now. Staines trips or slips. Sent a run out of traction there. Docking, playing in a headgear, the fullback. He's about 8 metres from the halfway line. They've come to Sorensen. Out to Wilson. He's overwhelmed by Jackson. Toughs it out for a few more metres. Sorensen. Play to Speechley. Kick straight down the middle of the field. Belcher gets to it on the first bounce. He's got Fay coming with him. Picked off beautifully with a nice tackle right round the boots there by Craig Diamond. Graham Hughes, there's a little bit of rugby league gossip here that you may have heard, you may be able to confirm. I have some information that John Dorahy, presently playing in England, has been signed by North Sydney.
It's an interesting rumour doing the rounds this afternoon in the world of Sydney Rugby League, and North Sydney back on the rails with a good victory last weekend. The one problem that Frank Stanton's searching for is a goal kicker of, well, some clout, and if they have signed John Dorahy, they've got a very fine exponent in that.
And not a rough footballer either. If his form is anywhere near what it used to be, he'd be a great addition to any side, I would think. So that's an interesting bit of news. We can't confirm it. We'll put that down to a little bird told me. Okay, McGaw. Coyne there. Tough tackling. Bacco there too. Out to Sorensen, the veteran warrior who's scored a simple try in a match recently. Just ran through a channel. Opened up like the Red Sea, and through he went. Enjoyed every minute of it. Craig Diamond has had some good runs too. Gets to his feet again and goes forward. About 12 metres out from the quarter line. Player down injured at the moment is Jackson, the Canberra centre. There's a high bomb being put down there. Belcher stands his ground well, takes it, and there's been a bit of shepherding. A little bit of shepherding. Worth a look at the replay there. The referee indicating a player was held to stop him getting at the player. Alan Wilson struck that well. That's no judge of how good a goal kicker he is. I've never seen him kick before, but that was certainly an easy position. Just over the halfway line. Cronulla defence in just a little bit of disarray there momentarily as Coyne has given a pass by Meninga. 2-2 the score here. Penalty goals responsible for each. Meninga, the kicker for Canberra, is the switcher player now from Henjak to O'Sullivan on the blind. Meninga throws the dummy very nearly through the opening. Wicks getting through a power of tackling for this Cronulla side. O'Sullivan taking them on through the ruck. Last tackle coming up. It's away to Henjak. Little chip over the top. If it's a bounce, it's the Belcher. It was a magnificent bounce and it's a try. So Graham Hughes, your prediction came off a little bit later perhaps than we'd either of us thought. He waited up to the last tackle to do it, but the little chip came off with that magnificent bounce.
Well, it had to come. Both defences were spot on early in these first two quarters. Nobody at home. The fullback forced to try and cover it. The bounce certainly favoured Canberra, and that's the sort of tactics. Great positioning by Gary Belcher in reading the play there, but that's the sort of tactics that Cronulla have now got to turn around with just the same. Yes,
well, there it was. A beautifully weighted little kick coming through by Henjak. Belcher, who's very, very quick and got good hands and good acceleration, just beating the tackle there of Glenn Coleman to score directly underneath the post. So that was a critical try. Well, there it is, another successful kick by Mal Meninga, and the score now a very good one for a Canberra point of view, 8-2. Big Mal. I have visions, and you will remember the occasion, Graham Hughes, of the Ladbroke Dragonara Hotel, when after a particular test match that the Australians had won very, very well, Big Mal wrestled two of the little men, Terry Lamb and Alexander, and exhausted them both in a playful wrestle. He was playful like a grizzly bear. Beautiful pass back on the inside to Mal Meninga from Jackson. Has he got the pace to go with it? Docking's coming at him. Docking pulls him down. The pass inside to Corkery was probably forward. I won't be able to judge from the position I'm in, but certainly the try has been spilt. But it was a great-looking move. It started well with a lovely inside pass, and there's the end of it. Big Mal Meninga going away strongly. Docking did well. The pass to me appeared to go forward. So that then, at 8-2 in Canberra's favour, is the end of the second quarter. Yes, what's the news on Staines, Graham?
Well, the information on Staines is the new rule of the New South Wales Rugby League about him being called off by the Cronulla doctor and just taking the sit out while his replacement is on. And he, in actual fact, has moved back to the sideline and is wanting to take his place back in the side.
All right, so that's a new rule in operation, a head injury or some type of concussed situation. He's got the Cronulla club doctor there with him. He can have a rest for 10 minutes, the replacement goes on, and then the player can go back on the field, the replacement comes off. A scrum just inside the Canberra quarter. Belcher figuring there as a sort of 5'8" in the blind side. There's O'Sullivan again going for a little scurry. If he persists, he'll get right through this defence at some stage, in my view, if he goes at the big fellas, the fellas that have been working hard and a little bit slow-footed. O'Sullivan. There's Belcher beautifully right up the middle of the ruck. Has he got support? He has. It's a pass out to Jackson. Jackson got it away to Corkery. Corkery up the sideline. He needs to stay infield. He's done that. It's a good long run. Faye's got his hand up on the right-hand side, calling for the ball. Jackson away to Meninga. Meninga pops the pass to Belcher. Those three frequently figure in interpassing. There's a field goal attempt. It is a stray to the right. And I'm aware that Bennett and Ferner, the Canberra coaches, were probably instigated that attempted field goal by Canberra not so long ago to put them 1 point beyond. There's Russell right through the gap. He's on the surge. He's got a pass back on the inside to Docking. He might have enough pace. He will score, I believe. The referee has ruled on that. That would be called a sliding try. He was tackled in the field of play and his momentum carried him over. We're going to look again at the National Panasonic Cup replay. And we're going to see this little fella, Russell, really go for a sprint right through the defence there. A great shot of him coming towards us. The selective pass back on the inside. Watch the tackle, which is pulled off at this point and brings him down, but there's no double movement. It was momentum that carried him over. Graham Hughes.
Great piece of play from Barry Russell. He's the replacement for Wilson. You were criticising Wilson for his lack of pace before. It's the one thing that Canberra have to watch Barry Russell for. He's well known for his sprint out of the halfback position, and great reading by Docking. Hint of a shepherd maybe in the last attempted run around there from Russell with the forwards, but this man Docking, who reads, plays so perfectly in the full-back position on the spot, and that's what makes those sort of breaks all the worthwhile.
Absolutely right in everything you've said, and no suggestion of a double movement on that occasion. So Jonathan Docking well rewarded for what I think has been a fine game tonight by the little fullback. Now Staines, who was from the field earlier with a head injury, has recovered. 8-6 the score. Canberra lead. Important goal. He's about 5 metres short of the quarter. He's about 25 metres off centre. He struck it. Both up. And the referee agrees it's a goal. So there it is. The score all locked up at 8-all. OK, we've got Cronulla in possession at the moment. They're coming up towards the halfway line. Brad Perry powering his way through and gets his pass there nicely on to Barry Russell, who's already made one hell of a difference to this game. On to Miller. He lops the pass out to Diamond. Diamond's on the surge. He's gone through one tackle. Got a pass back in perfectly to Meninga. It's gone straight to Belcher. Belcher's upfield. That was almost as if it was a planned move. The Canberra forward defence just started to drop off a little bit in the last quarter. Coyne and Bacco and the two props who had done fairly well early. Very nearly not sided off nobbies. Here's Staines getting a beautiful pass away to McGaw. The kick back in field, and again Belcher positioned perfectly, takes it almost as a reflex slip catch, that one. Effective defence coming in there. Moving it out now to Sullivan, to Belcher, Meninga, Jackson. Jackson loses the ball. Oh, and very close to being picked up by Russell on the run. But one of his own teammates fell on it. That was Diamond. Brad Perry with a surging run. He's injected just a little bit more power in the forwards. Cronulla moving the ball faster. Staines tackled. Sullivan getting through a lot of work. Least got a pass away there. Speechley was the man that was on the end of it. Miller looking, searching there to get a pass to somebody coming through on the burst. There's a high kick which is going to bounce, fortunately, or not so fortunately. Belcher's got it, the ball's lying loose, Fay's fallen on it. It's a try. It's a try from a terrible blunder there by Fay and Belcher. And the try was scored by Docking, I believe. And you're going to see it and you're going to weep if you're a Canberra fan. The kick had nothing on it. There was no pressure. The ball bounced awkwardly. Belcher came in for it. There it bounced nastily away. Kicked through by Russell. Fay missed it. Didn't actually ground it. And there was Docking coming through again. Let's have a look and see this exactly the way it happened. Belcher touched it with his hand. The ball's lying free. Fay looks behind him, tries to get his hands to it. It's still on the move. And Docking, apparently to the referee's satisfaction, has got the ball down. And there it is. So it's a whole new ball game now. Canberra led 8-2. It got to 8-all. And now the scoreline reads Cronulla 14, Canberra 8. Now just showing signs of a little bit of tiredness, taking a bit of time to get back on side. Speechley with a weaving run. He's had a strong, not Speechley, that's Coleman, but Speechley has had a big part in the Cronulla side tonight. His defence was excellent at a stage of the game when some of his teammates, more illustrious teammates, were falling off. Oh, the pass there was a magnificent one by Miller. This could be a try to Russell. He's on the sprint. It's a great one, and they've really cleaned it up now. A pass back there towards the halfway line was just so spot on. Was hit hard, they ran straight onto it. The Panasonic Cup replay will indicate just the perfect bit of rugby league when somebody runs and pops a ball, and there it is. We're watching it now as Miller gets the pass away nicely to Nixon, and Nixon's on the stride on the outside. Look at Russell, gathered him in at 2-1. 2 yards to 1 there as he came hard on the sprint and goes over just to the right-hand upright. Graham Hughes.
Gavin Miller's been threatening to do this all night. He's been running across field looking for supports. They haven't been there too often. This time Greg Nixon was the man on the spot. A bit of poor defence from the outside, and Barry Russell, a very dangerous man, plenty of pace. No one was going to catch him.
Bit of a shuffle and moves in. He struck that okay. 20 points to 8. Canberra really blown it in the last quarter. Steve Jackson, he's belted down hard. Bellamy's there. O'Sullivan, Meninga, Belcher. They're just not going anywhere at the moment. This will be a game perhaps that they might look back on and regret not changing their tactics a little bit. The kick that Graham and I both talked about early on has not been used all that much by them. Pass astray. The referee's going to rule on that. No, he's ruled that Cronulla have got possession. I must compliment the referee, Neil Armand. He's had quite a sound game. And there's the hooter in the background. 20 points to 8 in favour of the Cronulla side over Canberra. And it's been a very, very convincing win. There are the try scorers. All level at three-quarter time at 8-all. Docking 2 tries. Russell a try. Had a marvellous effect on the game. Wilson a goal. Staines 3 goals. Belcher a try for Canberra. Meninga 2 goals. 20 points to 8. Back after the break without